Alright, so my dumbass just recorded 13 minutes of me rambling, and I felt really good about it. It was really interesting. And, I mean, this is like, I've seen every fucking YouTuber in the world. We've all fucking seen it. I forgot to press record. Or no, sorry, I didn't. I just lied to you. I just lied to you for some reason. The brain is so weird. Why did I just say that? No, I fucking... Oh my god. I forgot to select my mic in OBS for the recording, so it had no audio. It was just me for 13 minutes talking and moving my hands and looking all expressive and like no audiotation for that. So no documentation will be made to the publication. I like to speak like that sometimes. I don't care. And I think people are so prone to think something's wrong with you for that. And it's like, there's really no standard for what's wrong, and in that sense, obviously. And so it's like, you can't really have such a strong opinion on that, from my point of view. Like, you can't, that's just a black and white way of thinking, like saying someone's crazy. I mean, you can say someone's different just because they're different, but who isn't different from another person? I mean, that's the only reason we say I, as us specifically, and it's only from your point of view in the universe at that time, and like, it's only because of comparison. It's like the only way that we are who we are is because you are you and I am I, and the only difference is what's in between us, you know, and what's differentiates us physically, and what differentiates us and every other experience factor. But what we will never experience is what another human's experience is, but we will get the full human experience, and it is the same human experience, even if it's not the same human experience. That's why I is only I, because you is you, and you are only you. So I am. Wait, I think the saying is, I am I because you are you, but because you are you only when I am I, then neither of us are. I'm pretty sure is what it is. Which just reminds you, like, it's all an illusion. And it's a beautiful illusion, don't get me wrong, but it's like, it's an illusion that you are allowed to notice, which is one of the weirdest things. It's such a strange phenomenon, and such a strange thing to just be, and that is all it is. It just is, and that's like, I don't know. It's so out there, while not being out there, because it's just so inherent. It's so inherent, and it's there all the time, and it's always been. And then when you see it, you know it, and you knew it, but you didn't know that you knew how much that you don't know. And that is it, and it's a good thing, because not knowing is just as vital as knowing. Like, there's so many situations where just a simple not knowing, not that there needs to be any situations anyway, but it's the fact that a phenomenon can even be, it's like, that not knowing has so many effects down the line, and then the finding out, and then and this and that. I mean, it's like you're writing a book, but it's life, and it happens in so many. There's just no way to capture. Sorry, let me rephrase that. When I said life, it's human life. The world, or the universe, or the happenings that we see as humans, is like, so beyond conception for our eyes, but we see it just the way we need to, and like, and more. Like, when you think about it, we don't need a lot of the things we have, like evolution has given us. It feels like they get used. We find use for them, but like, there are some things that just kind of don't make sense. Or no, they do. Okay, what's the saying go? there's something there's something out there we don't know doing we don't know what. I'm pretty sure, and that's by Eddington, I think. Which is such a good quote because it's like it explains everything we will never know. Everything you cannot have certainty about. Everything you can't have, everything that is uncertain, that if solved, you think would solve your anxiety, you think would end in any existential fear or existential something, but really it would just throw you into another one because the questions never stop. And there's always a question to be asked. And trust me, I'm convinced if a human found out his fate with full certainty, which doesn't exist, by the way, there is no full certainty. There's no certain, like, not even like as a philosophical concept, but just as itself, and even as a concept, it's debatable. But shit, I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, no, the unknowing and the not knowing and how deep that is. It's at the molecular level. I mean, it's all the way down to the atoms. I'm not a smart person whatsoever. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not like physically. I'm not physically educated. I'm not educated on physics, and it's not my place. But I do love like the fascinating topic of metaphysics, and oh my god, it's so interesting. But like Alan Watts would say, like it's the squiggly lines. It's all lines. It's all waves, and you can't say it's all energy. And the reason you can't say it's all energy, I'm pretty sure this is like directly quoting Alan Watts. So it's not. By the way, when I say you can't say it, this is the education. This is the entertainment of Alan Watts. It is a presentation of duality in an entertaining setting. You know. So yeah. But whenever he says, "Oh my God, what did they do again?" I'm so glad I'm not streaming because when I talk for a bit, I always get to a point like 5 minutes in where I'll either forget the exact thing I was talking about, or just need a break. Baby is not pretty. And I want to be pretty. I want to be pretty. It's kind of crazy how easy it is to guilt yourself into thinking that you're a bad person. Like, for no reason. And I feel like when you say that, then people assume, oh, okay, so you did some bad shit. And it's like, no. I mean, yes, I made mistakes. Everyone's made mistakes that, sure, if you sat down and punished yourself for all of them in their collective, then yeah, you would make yourself feel like shit. But it's like, when you habitually do that, the places it takes you is scary. And the fact is, it was happening for so long, and I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know how like people pleasing in nature I was, and how selfish a lot of my actions were in the name of being selfless. You know, like I was looking for control in situations that I only wanted to control for the claim of keeping the peace. And like, because I don't like confrontation, I don't like yelling. I prefer, like, I just don't like it. I guess that's something. I don't know. I don't like the place of anger. I think anger is valid in nature, but in like civilized society, I know it's always going to be there. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know, like petty things like road rage. The fact that the concept gives me so much anxiety. And, or I don't want to say anxiety because I feel like, I mean, I just, yeah, I'd rather not use the word anxiety. I'll say, there's a layer of angst that it gives me, and it's so deep rooted that it doesn't show up as anxiety. It's more like excessive, not worry, but rumination on the ramifications of it. And that sounds like just a fancy way of saying anxious thoughts, but it's so subtle because I will be in my calm state, my normal state, and it's so deeply rooted that I worry about it in an obsessive nature, and it takes up all my time, and I don't realize how much time I wasted on it because I feel like I'm just being normal, and that's what and normal is another stupid fucking thing. Like there's no fucking normal. If you're human and you're existing, you're being human. No matter how you're acting, no matter the factors, no matter you're on drugs, no matter you're on this, it doesn't matter. Like the factors that are there. The factors are factors when we observe it, but like you're still being human. You're human. You're being human. And patterns are what we detect. But when we're detecting patterns, there's a meta detection layer. You can detect yourself detecting the patterns, but there's a little bit of intention that has to be there. And if your intention isn't there, you can just never see a certain side of things, and you can apply it to everything. I mean, there's so many angles that you can look at for yourself, but it's if you have the willingness and the looseness to let go of some shit. And it's not a hard thing. Like everyone does it to some degree in different contexts, but like the freedom of it is only as free as we are to let go of our egoic desires. And I know that sounds so stupid, and it's like, oh, click off this shit. But no, it's like, when I say that, I mean all the things that you love, you care about for the reasons that you do, and how those are just as valid as I, just because you are only as valid as me is only me, because you are you. So if I'm going to be nice to people around me, it should always be with a layer of self-respect in it, and that's not selfish. However, that should not be the only reason you're doing things. Because if you flip it on the other end and start punishing yourself for people not giving you stuff back, which luckily wasn't something I did, and if I did, I never caught the pattern at least. Because I know I was very people-pleasing, but I never would hold it against anyone. I kind of liked being the quiet, always there for you person, and I was completely fine without getting any extra attention. I'm weird in social situations, so I'm completely fine if you don't give me anything for my birthday, because then I don't have to open it in front of you and do a whole reaction, which maybe is avoidant. It is avoidant, actually. I should acknowledge that. That is kind of avoidant. But I'm trying not to, because I really do love people. It's just it's the fear of not, like, I guess, connecting. And if there's like a connection not made, I feel like I'm a bad person, and just that thought alone robs the people around me of me, because I essentially end any chances I have of development, of growth, in an entire vital part of the human experience. Like I need to socialize. I need to have people around me that I talk to, and I can't just put on these faces and bypass the emotion that comes with it. I can't just dissociate in every relationship and eliminate the pain that comes with relationships. And I guess that sucks. Like, I don't know why it's so painful. And I know, like, heartbreak is bittersweet, I guess, in the end, and then I get, like, after the fact, it all feels different, and, like, it had to happen, and, like, it was necessary, but it's so fucking painful. sucks. But there's ways that you can reconnect, I think, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. And that's why I'm like going to these groups and stuff recently. And I'm trying to get help with that because I don't like believe in myself. And then I add like the layer of seeing that and then saying, oh, well, people are gonna hear that and they're gonna hate me, and it's like okay, and then it just keeps going, and it's like there's no combative thought to that because the thought train happens so fucking quick. But by the time I'm like hitting the emergency stop or okay, fuck this train analogy, by the time I'm like noticing it, I'm like trying to get rid of it. It just like already run its course and I'm crying, and then I'm just like, that's, I don't know. Maybe that's just like normal. And I'm not gonna say it's not normal because I don't know. Like I said, normal is a dumbass fucking term anyway. But whatever it is, it bothers me, and I rob myself of the experience of socializing with people, so I can't even say if it's a common thing. Like, but I've been doing stuff recently to really try and fix that and finding like coping skills, talking to people, medication. Unfortunately, I tried to avoid it, but it's helpful. It's been helpful, even if just in my head I'm like, hey, if I take this, I'll feel a little better. Um, and giving myself that grace to even feel better because I feel so deeply broken and like it's my fault that I can't even give myself the grace to be better. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I deserve it. And maybe I'm just like analyzing that now, and I don't want to speak that and then it become my truth. It's not my truth. It's just my observation at this moment and how I feel and what I'm noticing. But tomorrow I may forget I even said it, and the complete opposite could be true. And that's because it's not an absolute thing. It's a feeling. It's like an observation of a feeling. I'm describing something that I don't understand. Like we can only understand our emotions as far as we can touch our hand with our own hand. Words aren't meant for certain things. Like it's a tool for communicating, but the communication tool in our body to our emotions, to our brain, to all that nervous system and all that, so it's a different language, and and there's no translation for it. Like you really never know how deeply people feel in it, and it's scary because I feel like so many people like aren't listened to, and like they deserve that. They like deserve to be heard, and they don't deserve not to. I don't know, but I'm doing everything I can, and I'm having a fun time. It's all on myself. Like I just get caught up, but I'm enjoying. I like the people in my class. They're really nice people, and then they're so like willing to be vulnerable, and it's beautiful because it shows me like, hey, they're also people eager to get help, and there's still a part of me and like in my head that's like saying like, oh, I'm different and this and that. Everyone thinks they're different because we are. Like we're separate of each other, but we're still one, and it's like I just need to internalize that because there is there's so many times in my life where people have been there for me, and I've been appreciated, and I appreciate them, and I do appreciate my family as far as like gratitude can be real. I think I'm past faking it, like because I think egoically you can be so blind that you say things and believe it simply because you said it, people will expect it, and it is. And that's such a layer of vulnerability that we place upon ourselves for the simple reason of integrity for something that the stakes aren't even going to be that high. I mean, you could say you drink black coffee and you really don't drink black coffee, and then this person ends up working with you and they see you at the coffee machine every day and you're going to drink black coffee because you told them that. And it's like, what is this connotation you're putting around black coffee? This is just an example, sorry, not an analogy. Like, what is the connotation around coffee in this example? It's like, there's so much there. But do you see it? Do you recognize yourself falling for the illusion of it, like putting yourself through that? And it doesn't even have to be self-sabotage in nature. It can like be a beneficial thing. but it's like, do you notice the thing behind it? Like, you could be going to the gym simply because someone told you, oh, I don't believe in you and you're not going to go to the gym. That's a great example. Like, that's a good fucking thing. Like, go to the gym. Hell yeah. That's on you. And that also shows that you're strong. But there's the angle you can look at it. Like, what are you going to notice in this scenario? Are you going to notice that you're only doing it because of your ego? In that example, ego's fucking perfectly great. Ego's not bad inherently. And I think somewhere I internalized that and it's created some dissonance. And there's some dissonance in other natures because of how quickly I've been like shifting my like perspective on things. And I don't know if that's why, obviously. This is just a brain dump essentially, and also like looking at if I say it and if anything else pops up, you know. And it is a beneficial thing. It's kind of like therapy for myself. As I gotta call my call a therapist and get it all set. It's regardless, doesn't matter. It's none of your information. It's none of your information. None of your business. Respectfully. But yeah. Man, life is interesting. I love it. I've been having a lot of fun getting better. And I'm only saying that in not I don't want to say fake it till you make it because that's not it. I don't want to say I hate that term. I don't know why. I just don't like the name of it. It gives like a fake it seems unauthentic, or fake it doesn't seem authentic. However, there is no authentic. Like, and some people might hear that and actually genuinely think like, what the fuck are you saying? Oh, okay, you're talking out of your mind. And I don't think that's like doesn't make you a bad person whatsoever. Obviously, there's also no bad person. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying there's no like, evil in the world, because obviously there's evil in the world. But if you take away the definition of evil, there is no evil. Is all I'm saying. Like it's a pretty basic thing that I'm saying, and the significance that you give upon that observation is your choice. How strong that is, but the importance doesn't take away from the observation. I mean, it's still a valid thing. It's valid as valid as valid, even as valid, you know. But I don't know. That was just a word salad. If I put some music to it, make it a ballad. All right, let me stop. I'm gonna mess up your nutritional balance. I don't know. I hold myself back a lot because I'm saying all this, and I'm still human, and I don't believe in myself enough to do certain things. I hate that I'm vaping. It's really dumb. I don't know what I hate more, that I vape and like the effects it has on my health, or the fact that my ego doesn't like that you see me vape. Like I feel weaker. I feel like I've always admired people who like never did drugs or never vaped, never drank, did stuff like that. I'm like, God, that's so awesome. Like it's so beautiful because like, and I'm sure this is like heavy glazing right now to use some lingo, some terminers, some term kirks. I don't know. I really don't watch like too many. I watch reels if anything. I'm not heavy on TikTok unless I'm like doing makeup tutorials or some shit. But yeah, they're just, I don't know. I just don't like vaping. It's like you can see me vaping. You're seeing me vape, and I don't like that. I like for people to like me, and I know that vaping and smoking is an immediate judgment point. It's a pretty quick to judge thing, you know. Some people, causation is not correlation. So when I say this, keep that in mind. It's like they go to church, you know, they live this life. They're they're going down a path that is so different than just someone who doesn't go to church. Like that distinction on its own makes two people different enough to disagree on some things. As simple as, what are you doing on Sunday? That's a disagreement. Like these things happen regardless if they have that exchangement. Like they will disagree on this one thing. What that does to their courses of life at the same time happening simultaneously, they don't meet in their paths. And just that observation is so fucking cool. That these two people that don't exist, we can make that observation and we can piece it together. And I don't know, like, I guess a lot of, maybe that's, some of that is philosophy related, I don't know. I could ask AI or some shit, I don't want to though, I just want to ramble and talk for a minute, but I don't know, I find that very interesting. And I wish I had more of an outlet to like do that. So I guess that's why I'm doing this, it's just a little ramble. And I need to get more comfortable being alive today. Which feels weird because like I've been alive every day of my life. Haven't I had enough time? But it's like, no, I never even gave myself that grace. However you do that. And again, I'm just using words. I feel like I don't have to clarify that. I have no idea. This is like the first video I've ever done. But like, you get it. You get it or you don't. And if you don't get it, I doubt you'd listen this far. And I doubt anyone will. And that's okay because... But that doubt is placed in such a weird place, and that's just an observation I needed to make. So regardless of who watches this is really irrelevant, because that observation alone made it worth the time. And I've had a lot of fun just sitting here talking like this. And I don't have any like formal education. I'm just, I mean, I think that's pretty clear. These are they're 5th grade observations, but like, it's fun to ramble and give yourself that choice, because there's certain words you just don't even know you know until you use them, and then you look at it. Like, I do that all the time. Like, I'll like use a word and I'm like, do I even know what that means? And then I look it up and I'm like, holy shit, I used it right. I'm just like, there's so much information that we're exposed to, especially with like TikTok and shit. And it's like, yeah, say something about attention span and stuff. I'm not like supporting TikTok with this. I'm also not really against it. It's addictive, but so is fucking water. Like, okay. And they're both just as valuable to some people, which is like a thing I can respect. Like, if you're gonna put your time on something, you should go big, you know, or go short. I don't know. But I love everyone, and I hope the best for human life and anyone who's not doing well. Just want you to know, every day I see 444 on the clock, and I think of everyone in general, and anyone who's channeling the same frequency that I feel like I'm hitting in my brain, then you know, and